close read of the aftermath of the Chet HaEgel in Parshat Tisa reveals that the stubbornness of the Jewish people, the Am Kashe Oref, the feature of being obstinate, of being strong-minded and strong-willed, is both the reason that Hashem wants to destroy the Jewish people and the reason that he forgives them. The Pasuk says that Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, Hashem says to Moshe, Ra'iti et am hazeh, I have seen my people, v'hinei am kshe oref hu, and alas, it is a stiff-necked people. Vayichar api bahem, and I am angry at them, va'achleim, and because they are so stiff-necked and so stubborn, it is time to destroy them. Ve'aseh otcha l'goy gadol, and I will start again. I will start with you, Moshe. And then, a chapter later, Moshe is petitioning to God to save, to forgive, to let go of the Chet HaEgel. And in his desperate plea to Hashem, he says, Vayomer im matzati chen be'einecha, if I have found favor in your eyes, Yilechna Hashem b'kirbeinu, you should go before us, Ki am kishe oref hu, because your nation is a stiff-necked nation, v'salachta la'avonenu, and therefore you should forgive them. Here, Moshe seems to be saying that dafka, because they are stiff-necked, you should forgive them. We could read that as even though they are stiff-necked, you should save them, but we could also interpret it as key, as being the reason or motivation or impetus for forgiving them is because they have this quality. Rabbi Norman Lamb appreciates this confusing and double role that Am Kashe Oref seems to be playing in our Parsha. And he explains that indeed it can go both ways, because stubbornness is a virtue as well as a vice, a mitzvah as well as an avera. To be unbendingly evil is worse than idolatry, but to be unbendingly devoted to God is the greatest virtue. So the quality or the trait of stubbornness depends on what you do with it and how you wield it. There is an immoral stubbornness that insists, Halo tov lanu shuv Mitzrayim. It's better for us to go back to Egypt. It was comfortable there. We were set in our routines. We're stuck in that, and we're going to stay with that. But there is also a moral stubbornness that, despite all reports to the contrary, insists, Alo na'aleh v'yarashnu ota, as Kalev and Yehoshua say, even though the spies brought back these ominous reports about the land of Israel, nevertheless, it is so important and so valuable that we will risk everything in order to conquer it. This blessing of the Jewish people of being an Am Kashe Oref can be both a blessing and a curse, and it really depends on how we use it. But the capacity to sublimate the worst part of it, that stuckness and that obstinate feature of being so narrow-minded and focused on something, if we can sublimate that, then it is the secret to why we are still around today. That same quality that can cause the golden calf can be transformed to make us into a people that is dedicated and devoted to Torah and to Hashem. And that is what Moshe must have meant when he prayed to God, asking for forgiveness, because we have this quality. It is a redeemable quality. It is one that can be elevated and used for good. Rabbi Lamb points out that this idiom for stubbornness, kshe oref, a stiff neck, is interesting because it points to a person that has his body and head in the same direction. In the wrong kind of stubbornness, the head would be following the body, as the body would lead with its desires and material cravings, and then the mind would follow. In the right kind of stubbornness, the body follows the head, and the head disciplines the body to follow principles and values. There is also inconsistency or flabbiness, which is a different kind of character flaw, in which the head and the body face different directions. When we express best of intentions, but we don't follow through with our body. Hashem was condemning, in the aftermath of the Chet HaEgel, the worst kind of stubbornness, when the mind and the head is following the body. But Moshe is praising the right kind of stubbornness, where the principles prevail. I hope that all of us can take inspiration from Moshe and from his appreciation of Am Kashe Oref as a virtue, and use our commitment in positive ways. Wishing you a wonderful rest of the day.